amazing deer and wildlife stories. What's the biggest buck y'all got? Show me how big his horns are.
Ellis? No, Deliverance. No.
How big is he?
No, he's blind.
Well, show me how big his horns are. Like
They're big, they keep on growing.
like this?
No.
Or like this?
He's got none.
Oh, he doesn't have any horns.
We cut him off.
Why'd y'all do that?
That's because he's blind and he might hurt the girl that we put with him.
This week, Deer and Wildlife Stories comes to you from the bluegrass state of Kentucky. We'll be going to 3 different deer farms showing you some big old deer. But first, we're starting out at a picnic. So every day y'all work with the deer?
Yep.
I think that is so cool, folks. Every day on a deer farm, the deer need to be tended to. And when you wind up where you got young deer farmers like that, it didn't work, is it? It's just like fun.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the cool thing. It is work to a lot of people, but to a deer farmer, it's not work. It's just a lot of fun. So do y'all have a favorite deer?
Yes, she does.
We all have favorite deer.
Yes, I have.
My name is Mike Selfridge. I'm president of the Kentucky Alternative Livestock Association, or KALA as we call it. I'm here today at the 2019 annual picnic fundraiser at the farm of Kentucky Whitetails, Joe Miller and Sons.
Okay, we come from all walks of life, all different ages. It doesn't matter what you do for a profession. What it matters is your love of the whitetail deer has brought us together. That's the common denominator that pulls us together.
The deer industry in Kentucky over the last 3 years has been thriving. Kentucky is known around North America in the deer industry as one of the last hotbeds in the country as far as deer breeding goes.
So the Kentucky deer market is very strong. The genetics they have been getting for the last few years have been very strong, and they're using them to stock ranches with high-end genetics.
The reason why people are coming here for the auction picnic is for the fellowship and to see what the growth of Kentucky has been.
Today we're looking forward to just getting to meet other deer breeders and developing relationships with other deer farmers.
So as I mentioned, we're here for our annual picnic fundraiser, and we're going to try to raise as much money as possible, of course, to benefit and promote the deer industry here within Kentucky. And so one of our highlights of the auction will be to auction off a haircut of the president of KALA.
So right back here, 775, what's your number, sir? Hey, Mike, could you hurry up and get this hat on? It looks a sight. Everybody give Mike a hat. That's there. How do you feel, Mike?
Thin? I feel a lot cooler.
Yeah, that's what we were after. Okay, let's go ahead with the auction.
Are we done? See you guys. If anyone is interested in becoming a deer farmer in Kentucky, I would encourage you to look at our website, kalaky.org, look at our membership map, reach out to any of those members, visit their farm, talk to them, attend our quarterly meetings, and again, reach out to any of those members.
All righty, we're out of Glasgow, Kentucky, Woodard Whitetails, and we're fixing to show you some big deer. Really big deer. All right, so Henry, there's a bunch of young bucks in here, but tell me about these 2 big ones. Who are they?
Well, we've got Champ, Keith, and Champ is he's a 4-year-old, and then we've got Secret Agent. Secret Agent's the big one with the double drops, and he's a 5-year-old this year.
Okay, now, so let's look at Champ for a second. Champ has got that tongue hanging out. What's that from?
Well, he got hurt as a fawn, and we think that it's nerve damage that actually has caused that. We've just nicknamed him Michael Jordan because of that.
Well, let me tell you what. I've got a buck just like that on my place that he winds up, he's got his tongue hanging out, and you look at him and think, well, there's got to be something wrong with him, but hey, he's big. I mean, look at Champ. I mean, he's big. The other one now is a Secret Agent.
Secret Agent.
Okay, so pedigree on him?
Secret Agent is a secret weapon son, and out of the bottom, on the bottom side, he goes back to Bonnie, and Bonnie is a powerhouse doe.
Well, every one of the deer, if you're interested in buying breeder deer or semen from some of these big deer at Henry's place, they're all in the North American Deer Registry. And right now, we've shown you a couple of big ones. We're going to show you a couple more right now. Okay, so who's this big guy here with the head kind of cockeyed like that? Who's that?
That's a buck that we call Second Amendment, Keith.
I love that name and I love that look. Look at his beams. I mean, although he is got a little bit more stuff than I like going on, but I love the width on him. I love the beams on him. So you got him in here with a bunch of 1-year-olds, right?
We do. We have just a few 2-year-olds in this pen, but most of these deer are 1-year-old.
Now, y'all may be watching this and wondering, where do these deer go? I mean, that's a legitimate question. Where did the deer off a deer farm go, especially like right here at Woodard Whitetails of Kentucky? Well, I'm going to tell you where they go. They go to places that need deer. Number one, they'll go to breeders if breeders in the state want to buy these deer. But most of the deer wind up going on places that I call nature agri-parks. And nature agri-parks, you can call them preserves, you can call them high fence properties, but I call them nature agri-parks. And the reason why is because those deer are put in there because, let's face it, the natural genetics have been shot out. I mean, hunters for generations have gone, and trophy hunting that's the thing that gets me. Trophy hunting, the guys want to kill the biggest and the biggest and biggest, and pretty soon there's nothing left to breed except the junk. And that's the reason why on the outside of the fence there's not a lot of big deer, okay? And that's the reason why to get big deer you've got to have genetics. And so it's for that reason that people deal with you, Henry, and he grows great big deer. But most people that wind up doing this, having a deer farm, they are concerned about the future of the whitetail deer. And it's for that reason these deer off these deer farms go on these nature agri-parks. And that's the cool thing. These animals are put on there for the genetic diversity to bring that in so the good genetics thrive. And when that happens, I mean, tell everybody what happens to property value when you make a nature agri-park.
Well, yeah, it increases your real estate value, and you know, people are looking for opportunities that they can manage the wildlife.
So if you're interested in what Henry's got going on here, he would love to have you come out and give you a tour of the place. Give them a telephone number, they can call you.
My number is 423-595-8898, and we would love to hear from you. Just give us a call.
And go ahead and write that number down. If you don't get it, you can contact me. Just shoot me an email and I'll get you Henry's number. I deal with him all the time. I want to tell you that not just bucks. I mean, they've got great genetics here. And these great genetics come from the doe side. And Henry has been a master at developing these great genetics off the doe side. So as we're showing you these big bucks, he's got tons of great does in these pens as well. And so if you're interested in not just the bucks to stock a nature agri-park, but the does as well. I mean, Henry sells does to deer breeders all over the state of Kentucky, and he's got semen available, so go ahead and give him a call. Woodard Whitetails of Kentucky. All right, check this guy out. This is a monster buck. That's the look that we want right there. And so what we're gonna do, this guy, we came in here 25 minutes ago and knocked him down, put a dart in him. We just moved him over here to a nice comfortable spot. We're going to run some lactated ringers in him. This entire bag is going to go in him sub-Q. And now what we're going to do, we're going to take pictures of him. We're going to give him some medications and cut his antlers off and save him, because we're going to use him as our backup breeder buck. Just another day on a deer farm. All right, so when you come out to Kentucky trophy deer, now I was out here probably about, what, 6 years ago? 6 years ago?
5 or 6 years ago.
They've made a whole lot of changes since that time. The one big change they've got is this kind of like observatory. It's an observation deck where it overlooks the entire pen system out here. And from up here, you can see really how they get everything done that they're getting done. You can see they've got all kinds of holding areas, these little wooden pens down here below where you can sort the deer out. But as far as the big pens, you can look out here and off in the distance, you can see these big pens. So up here on this observation tower, you can come up here and you can see everybody. And so what we're doing, we want to show you this. It's kind of a cool deal. We're a nice setup. I've never been to a place that's got an observation deck like this. And then you've got there's a stud over there eating on that bush right there. And so what we're going to do, we're going to head down right now and we're going to get up close and show you what these deer look like on ground level. All right, so we showed you what the place looks like from above. Now let's take a look down below. So tell me who that guy is right there.
Yeah, it's our Trimax buck. He's a son of Trimax, and he'll be over 400 inches, we think, this year. And I love the big drops that come out, and he's super unique. And some of the yearlings that we looked at, almost all of them came out of Trimax.
Oh, really? So
Trimax
you're
son.
using him?
Yeah, we're using him. Yeah, we live bred him to a bunch of does last year.
So how old is he?
He's 4.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a 4-year-old.
You know, up on top he looked big, but now down here on ground level he really looks big. And I think, you know, the cool thing about the observation deck is that you can get up there and you can kind of see everything going on a pen. If somebody's down there bottle feeding, or you know, you can actually see what they're doing. They're checking the water, and or they're treating the deer. I mean, you can see what's going on in each pen. But when you get down on the ground and you see deer like that, you really realize how big they are. Okay, who's that other guy?
You know, that's our 28 yards buck.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's out of Yard King, and on the bottom side a Bambi 2028 doe.
Okay. So let me ask you this: you wind up, you do sell deer to other deer breeders. I mean, that's a big part of your business.
Absolutely.
So if somebody wants more information to come out here and get on the observation deck and look and take a pen tour, what do they need to do?
Yeah, just give me a call. Yeah, 713-751-9818. And we love new farmers, or even guys that have been around for a long time, just to come out. I mean, we love sharing new ideas and, you know, what works and doesn't work. And
I mean, we learn from each other. That's the cool thing.
Absolutely.
And I want to point out, now Reggie's number is 713. So you're sitting here thinking, 713, that's not Kentucky. Mm-hmm. He is a Kentucky boy that moved to Texas. Okay, so he's got a Texas area.
After college, I moved to Houston.
Yeah, so anyway, he is.
But we're back now.
Yeah, back
Full
now,
time,
and I mean,
we love it.
This is beautiful. So if y'all want more information about this, go ahead and get a hold of Reggie Kennedy. You've got the telephone number, and I promise you won't be disappointed. All right, so these are yearling bucks, and they're all real nice looking too. I mean, I noticed that they're just nice framey deer.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, here, you know, what we like and where I think the industry's going is just big, nice, open frames with good tine length and good brow tines.
And
that's
so,
what we're looking for.
And as yearlings, you can tell across the board, these are really, really nice yearlings. I mean, they've got, you're accomplishing that goal then. And then as you look at the older deer around, you can actually see that you're probably going to be getting better.
Yeah, without a doubt.
You know, when you're doing things right in the deer breeding business, you look at the yearling bucks, and the yearling bucks genetically are better than the 2s and the 3s and the 4s, just because you've got better genetics stacked up. And so these guys right here, they're accomplishing your goal. I mean, they do have a good framing look, and by the time they're 2 or 3, they can really.
Yeah, and this is the first time we've used that Trimax on, and he is absolutely getting it done.
Yeah, he's getting it done. Right. And the deal is with these white deer, who do they go back to?
Gladiator.
Yeah. Okay. And as you watch our show, you'll see us showing places that have some white deer. Almost every single time when you look at the pedigree, they go back to a buck called Gladiator. I knew it. That was a pretty safe bet.
I know you did. I know. And I knew when you asked the question where you were going.
Yeah. All right. So if somebody wants more information about Kentucky trophy deer, give them a phone number.
Yep. 713-751-9818. That's my number. So give me a call.
All right, everybody, this is Jonathan Miller with Kentucky Whitetails out of Guthrie, Kentucky. And take a look at some of these deer. These are, now I want to tell you something as you're looking at these deer. Now, Jonathan's dad, Joe, he's been doing the deer business for a long, long time. I mean, he's been doing it so long, you were a little boy when you got started, right?
That's right.
Okay, so tell me, how do you feel about the deer business? I mean, could you imagine your life without deer?
No, it's been a hobby so far. We enjoyed it. My dad was a deer hunter, and when I was 6 years old, I started going with him hunting. And I remember in school, he'd come pick me up and we'd go hunting. And we'd go hunt deer, and we decided deer need to be closer to home. So we brought them to our backyard, and we got them here. And me and my sister have been crazy about deer, and we've enjoyed them. The fawns, we couldn't wait till next year. We wished our life away, because always next year when the fawns, babies come again.
You know, as we look at these deer, I mean, the joy, the passion that deer bring people is just amazing. I mean, when Jonathan was and his sister were little kids, okay, they got that passion, and hunting deer wasn't enough. These deer, we're not hunting this deer. These are farm deer. These deer have got unbelievable genetics that people will wind up buying these deer to spread these genetics on their piece of property, to use in their breeding programs, actually. These are primarily 1-year-olds in here. There's a couple of 3-year-olds?
Yes.
Okay, but these 1-year-olds, you see, there's some 1-year-olds in here that are outstanding, but all of them have outstanding genetics. And so some of these little 1-year-olds, next year, they may be your biggest 2-year-old in the whole farm.
That's right.
And because they have great genetics. But tell me about these 3-year-olds.
And that's why you can't wait till next year.
Right, it's like a
It's
kid.
fun.
It's like
You
a
wish your
kid at
life away.
Christmas. It's like I
That's
can't
right.
wait. So tell me about that 3-year-old right there.
Yes, he's real typical. That's what we like. We like the deer look in our whitetails. And with them clean frames, he's been growing, and we've used him for a breeder, and we like him. He's got the symmetrical frame of a whitetail, and that's what we like, the look of him.
Yep.
And he's got the genetics behind him produced, so that's what we use him for.
And then this other one?
This one is a drop tine. He's his brother, and he's got a drop on it. He's got some more characteristics, and that's probably because from his mom and dad, he's got different straights from each one, but it's the same twin brother.
And so as you've got twin brothers, they were born same time, same mom, same dad, they look different. They look
That's
similar,
right.
but they're all different. And that's the cool thing about white-tailed deer.
Amazing,
So,
and just like you said, it's twins, but they both got a little different characteristics.
and we can't wait to see them from year to year to year. And I can't wait to see your next pen. Let's head on over there and look at it right
We'll
now.
do that. Yep.
Okay, so tell me about this guy right here. Who is that? How old is he?
He's 3 years old. We call him Second Thoughts
And why would you call him Second Thoughts?
because we did not use him for a breeder last year, and he popped up, and he's got long tines, a big frame.
It's a gorgeous deer. You know, all these deer are. You know, Joe, I want to tell you something. Back years ago when I started in the business, and you remember when that was,
Yes.
okay? I'm going to tell you, I have always admired the Amish people, and the reason why is because I think they're a little bit, they're more family oriented. They're more rooted to nature in the ground. And I admired that the deer farming lifestyle was so awesome for the Amish. I mean, it fit the Amish lifestyle perfect. And I think now with all the non-Amish people out there, they're talking about they want to get off the grid. They want to get off the grid because they're tired of all the hustle and bustle and all.
Yes.
Is deer farming not just a great way of life or what?
Oh, it's excellent. I mean, splendid. I mean, I love it.
I mean, we all love it, and when you can surround yourself with other people that love it, like the Kayla members, okay,
Yes.
and all the other deer farmers around the country, when we go to these events, and you surround yourself with the white-tailed deer, I look at it and I think, I tell people that the white-tailed deer bring people joy. And they bring people together that we wouldn't know each other if it wasn't for the white-tailed deer.
I've made friends in the deer industry that I've never thought I would. I mean, I'm their close friends, and I love them. And when we get together, we enjoy ourselves just like it's a brother.
Yes, and I mean, that's what's so cool about deer farming. And so, you know, you don't have to have a big piece of property. You don't have to have expensive equipment. You don't have to have all that stuff to be able to have really good deer, especially today. There's so many good deer out there. Okay, so if somebody wants more information about y'all's deer farm, to come out here and to see your deer, what do they need to do?
You can call 270-483-2140.
Write that number down. You give Joe or Jonathan a call, and I give you my word, you come out here, you're going to fall in love with this place. You're going to fall in love with deer. I mean, I tell people that if you don't like deer, I'm probably not going to like you.
Exactly.
Think about that.
There's one thing I want to tell you that I experienced in deer farming. We started, the sales were in Eldon, Missouri.
Yep.
And they took the live deer to the sales with no pedigrees. It was a top secret what deer you had. And Roy Yoder and Ben Colbins had some of the top deer down there at the time. Nobody knew what they were. A couple years later, there was a few pedigreed deer, and everybody started jumping on. And now, I don't buy anything or I don't sell anything that's not pedigreed.
Well, this is cool. I want to thank y'all for having us out. Thank you
Yep.
very much.
And thank you for doing it for us.
You better believe
Yep.
it. Folks, I want to thank y'all for watching. My name is Keith Warren, and you've been watching Deer and Wildlife Stories.
He's the coolest person ever. Yeah, because we love watching his TV shows on YouTube. We started deer farming because we seen his videos. We thought it was going to be fun, and it is.